beast could escape his arrow. No prey outweighed his trap. But his greatest loyalty was to his brother by bond, Adisa, a fellow hunter with whom he had survived countless dangers. Yet, when the promise of wealth and power lured Jabari into the hands of the king's enemy, he made a choice that would shatter everything. He betrayed his brother. Adisa vanished that night, lost to the depths of the cursed forest where no man returned. But some betrayals do not go unanswered. When the moon rose full a season later, a shadow emerged the trees, a hunter draped in silence with eyes like burning coals. Adisa returned, and he was no longer a man. Now, Jabari must face the wrath of the one he betrayed and uncover the terrifying truth. The forest never forgets, and neither do the spirit that dwell within. This is a story titled The Hunter's Betrayal. The village of Ileel was known for its hunters. Men who walked like shadows through the trees, their bows whispering death before their prey even sensed danger. Among them, Jabari and Adisa were unmatched. They were not born of the same blood, but their bond was thicker than kinship. They had fought, starved, and survived together, always watching each other's back. But the heart of a man is a dangerous thing. One evening, a stranger cloaked in red arrived in the village, carrying the weight of secrets and gold. His name was Opadele, a servant of the exiled prince who sought to overthrow the rightful king. He came with an offer. The king's enemy will make you rich beyond measure if you deliver a single life, just one. At first, Jabari scoffed. Betrayal, it was a coward's path. But then he saw the gold. More than he had ever imagined, enough to buy land, wives, servant, and a future beyond the hand. And the life they wanted. Adisa. Jabari hesitated. His brother, his friend. But greed is a slow poison. By the time he realized his mistake, the trap had already been set. That night, as the moon cast silver shadows upon the earth, Jabari led Adisa deep into Odan forest under the guise of a night hunt. Then, without a word, he struck, a blade swift and silent across Adisa's ribs, a wound meant to kill, but not quickly. Adisa's eyes, wide with confusion, met Jabari's, a flicker of pain, a question unspoken, and then the forest swallowed him. Jabari stood still for a long time, listening to the wind through the trees. He told himself it was done, that no man could survive the cursed woods, where the spirit of vengeful beast roamed, and the dead whispered in the dark. He was wrong. One full moon later, the nightmares began. A shadow moving through the trees, watching him. The sound of footsteps that weren't his own when he walked alone. A whisper in the wind, his name, called in Adisa's voice. Then the killings began. First, Obatele was found in his tent, his throat torn open, his eyes frozen in terror. Then the exiled prince spies, one by one disappearing into the night, their bodies never found. And then the villagers whispered of a figure standing at the forest's edge, a hunter, but not a man. Adisa, Jabari knew Adisa had returned. But what had come back was not the man he had once called brother. One night, Jabari ventured into the forest, his bow gripped tightly, and his hand. The air was thick with the scent of rain and something older. The trees whispered his name, the wind carrying the sound of laughter, low, hollow, and familiar. Then he saw him, Adisa, but his skin was marked with shadows, his once warm eyes now burning like embers. He moved like the wind, silent and deadly, a man no longer, a spirit of vengeance, and a hunter claimed by the forest's wrath. You should have made sure I was dead, Adisa's voice echoed through the night. Jabari raised his bow, but before he could release the arrow, Adisa vanished and reappeared before him. Pain lanced through Jabari's chest. He gasped, looking down to see the blade. The same blade he had once used against Adisa. Adisa whispered, "And now, so will you." The last thing Jabari saw was the sky blue, dark and endless. Then only shadow.